Good evening, viewers. Fine Arts Society is happy to welcome you to its Good Times program, Designer Times, under its community wing. Our guest this evening is the accomplished artist and entrepreneur, Lakshmi Ramaswamy. A professional artist in Tanjore and Varli style paintings, Lakshmi is a multifaceted personality, a trained Carnatic musician, a certified interior designer, a finance professional, and a certified cosmetologist. Lakshmi dons several hats with ease. But Tanjore style of painting is her forte. Her love and passion for Tanjore paintings saw Lakshmi create several divine Tanjore paintings these past 2 decades. She learned Tanjore painting from her guru in Chennai, and since then there has been no looking back. Not only does she create beautiful Tanjore paintings, but she also takes keen interest in imparting training, wherein she handholds her students to learn, enjoy, and create this traditional form of painting with a professional touch. She has to her credit many local exhibitions, thus propagating this art form far and wide. A lot of viewers have inquired for the recording of this session. So this program by popular demand will be available for viewing in our YouTube channel, The Fine Arts Society, Chairboard. Before we begin, a sincere request once again to all viewers to please mute the audio on your device. At the end of question and answer session, you may unmute and ask your questions then. Maya Hariharan, Vice President of the Managing Committee of the Fine Arts Society and Chairperson of the Community Wing, will talk to Lakshmi Ramaswamy in Good Times, Designer Times, Art of Tanjore Painting. Over to you, Maya. All the best, Lakshmi.
Thank you, Mala. Hi, Lakshmi.
Hi.
We've heard about you so much, and a lot of our friends go for your classes, but never got down to meet you like this. We should have done it much earlier. So before you start the things called art and a painting, just a brief to say that can we create this painting and what sort of skills do we need? While you're in it, if you could just tell us, because I'm not a good artist at all. If you tell me to put an inch to inch also, my scale will go a little teda. So I just wanted to know that once you begin, so maybe people like me who are there around may feel, it's easy to do it. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, before I begin, a warm welcome everyone, and thank you Mrs. Mala Sridhar and Mrs. Maya Hariharan for the great introduction. Big thanks to the Fine Arts Society for giving me this opportunity to present the most interesting and the favorite topic of mine. And before I begin, I would like to make a note that, and it's wonderful to be associated with Fine Arts once again. And in fact, my first workshop in 2005 was in Fine Arts, and it's been an amazing journey since then. During this course, my students' age group varies from 6 to 60, that's what I would say. So since this concept is easily adaptable, and since we begin from a trace, it's easier to adapt to the style of a painting. So anybody who's not even had who don't even have an art background will be able to work on this painting. Yeah. So volume is on mute.
I said that you've given such a motivation, so maybe I also stand a chance of doing a painting and showing it to you sometime.
Yeah, sure. So I'll be happy to start my presentation right now, and just allow me to screen share my presentation.
Sure.
So let's get started. So before we begin, I request all the participants. Yeah. So let's get started. And before we begin, I request all the participants to mute your microphones and please make a note of all the questions. And I would be very happy to answer each and every one of them at the end of my session. This is a virtual presentation with a slide share. So let's get started. So the content that I'm focusing on today's session is what is a Tanjore painting and how the Tanjore painting has evolved over times, and what is the difference between the traditional and the current methods, and what is the paint, how is the painting made of, for which I'll be sharing a video, and why are these paintings priced so differently, and the last, and how to identify these gold foils and what makes it priced so differently. So before I begin, I would like to brief a little bit about what a Tanjore painting is, because when I started my exhibition in Mumbai first, not many people knew what a Tanjore painting really is. And not many people had traveled to South India, nor many has experienced different art forms. So hence I felt it's better to brief out a little bit on what a Tanjore painting is. It's a classical South Indian painting. It originated in the village of Tanjavur in Tamil Nadu. This painting achieved its great heights during the Chola period, and some experts say it's originated in the Maratha court of Tanjore. And some of these paintings are seen on the walls of Brihadeshwara temples. And the uniqueness in this painting is the round-bodied figure and the three-dimensional effect, which highlights the relief work, and the uses of the semi-precious stones in the combination of gold foil is what makes this painting quite unique from others. And over the time, this painting has evolved in different ways. For example, when you look at the first picture on the left side, where the relief work is more or less flat, and over the time, people started adapting to semi-embossed and super-embossed styles. Semi-embossed is nothing but where the murti is partially embossed here and there, whereas in super-embossed styles, where the entire relief work is raised on a wooden surface, where you can see in the picture, where it almost looks like a sculpture. But in today's time, we use all these three different methods based on the individual choices. And though the concept remains the same, the frequently asked questions is this: what is the difference between the traditional and the current methods, and how is the material different from the traditional and the current methods? So for which I would like to I welcome everybody. And basically, in olden methods, the paintings are made in palagai or in a plank of wood made of jackfruit tree. And whereas in today's time, the paintings are made in waterproof plywood. The paintings made in palagais are generally bulky, and whereas in the paintings made in waterproof plywood are compact in size. Both are sustainable for a longer period of time. And the gems used in olden times paintings are rubies and pearls for decorating the ornaments, whereas in today's time we use semi-precious stones, Jaipur stones, and these days American diamond stones are extensively used. And in olden times, the tamarind seed mixture is mixed with Arabic gum, and the relief work is done with the help of a brushes or a tweak of wood. And whereas in today's painting, the chalk work is mixed with the Arabic gum, and the same purpose is attained with much of ease and with the help of a cone work. And again, in the olden days painting, the varak is a thin filament of gold foils are pasted on the chalk work or the gesso work that we call it. And whereas in today's time, these same varak or the gold leaf is pasted on the paper, and it's much more easier to handle. And in olden days, the vegetable colors and the mineral dyes are used, where the colors are restricted to red, green, blue, and yellow. And whereas in today's paintings, the poster colors are used for different shades. So how is the painting made, for which I would like to share a video with you all. And I would also like to explain what materials I have used in these paintings. In the painting that I'm planning to show you right now, I've used a 12 by 10 inches waterproof plywood, and I've used Jaipur stones, and I've used Fevicol for pasting the Jaipur stones. And the chalk powder which I have used for the relief work is made with a mixture of chalk powder, French chalk powder, and Arabic gum. And the gold foil that I've used in this painting is a 22 karat gold foil. And I've used a stone tool for removing the foils out of the stones. The brush numbers are 0004 and 2, and I've used poster colors to attain my objective. So let me share my video. And before I share my video, is there any questions so far?
Okay, now that you're in it, what is the timeline you have it normally and the cost?
Yeah, this timeline of 12 by 10 inches board would be for about 10 days maximum. And the cost will be from, I mean, it depends on the number of gold foils used and how intricate you want to do the painting. So based on the number of gold foils, the rate varies. And of course, the rates also varies when the gold charges increases.
When you say 10 days, it's about 8 hours a day or 1 or 2 hours a day. How does it go?
Yeah, the time is not really uniform. So, and on average, we'll be working on 2 hours a day. Yeah. So let me share the video to show you. Let me share the video to how the painting is made. Where I have mixed chalk powder of 2 portion and French chalk powder of 1 portion, and then a half portion of Arabic gum. This is used for embossing, for giving the first coat of the painting. doing this, the procedure, it can be a little messy, but it is okay because after doing this chalk work, we'll be wiping these stones with the help of a cloth.
Lakshmi,
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you go to step 1, go back to step 1.
Yeah.
Can I please request you to go back to step 1?
Yes.
So here, actually, when you...
Yes.
No.
Now
Yeah,
you
so
can tell me.
you drew the entire drawing on a trace paper and then
Yes.
transferred it on to a
plywood.
yellow carbon paper on the plywood, is it? That's what you did?
Yes, I have traced it with a blue carbon paper. I insist on a blue carbon paper because when you are working on this mark powder and when you tend to erase it, if it is out of yellow carbon paper, then the trace will disappear. So I recommend to use a blue carbon paper, and once the tracing is done, we place the stones.
I see. So now what we see here, which has been placed on the plywood,
Yes,
right?
correct.
On the board?
Yes,
Okay, so then this is the work on the board, right? Thank you.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the next step where before we begin the relief work, the same consistency of the chalk powder is taken into a little thicker consistency, and we give the relief work designs with this consistency.
Somebody wants to know what is the proportion?
Yes, the proportion used in this painting is 2:1:2, where the 2 portion of chalk powder is taken and 1 portion of French chalk powder with half portion of Arabic gum. Yeah. Chalk work will look at the end of it.
How long does it take to dry?
It takes about 24 hours, And each layer takes about 24 hours for us to work on the next layer.
Okay. Can you use anything else than the gum? Or you have
No,
kept
in
the gum?
this only the Arabic gums are most favorable because it gives a good elasticity to the mixture. And when you are doing these patterns in this chalk work, it gives a very stable designs. The next comes the stage for the sticking foil, where I have used a 22 karat gold foil, where the corner papers are closely trimmed out, and we paste the gold foil on the exact. We first take the impression of the foil and then paste them.
The same glue that you use for the gold foil also different glue.
No, for this we'll be using a camel normal gum because the Arabic gums has a very, once it dries, it becomes really hard. So it's not really favorable for a gold foil. So we use a normal camel gum because since the gold has a good malleability, so we want the designs to be seen really well through those foils. So whichever has a very thin consistency, we use that kind of a gum. So hence I've used a camel gum for this. While pressing this, you have to make sure that hands are dry and you have a clean cloth so that the gold foil glossiness doesn't disappear. This is the next step where we'll be, with the help of a stone tool, we'll be removing all these foils from the stone areas. Especially in the square stones, we'll be sticking the foils around it. Only in the circle stones, we'll be using these stone tools. This foil can be removed while the glue is slightly wet, or in case if it dries, we just apply a little bit of water over the foil and then we remove it with a tool or with a safety pin. the final stage of the painting, or I should say the last stage of the painting, where we give the desired colors. First, after giving the base coating, we shades the areas which need to be highlighted.
Okay, Lakshmi, I have a question.
Yes.
See, now this is a tracing god or whatever. Can I do my own paintings and then do the tanjore on top? Like suppose you have
Yes. This tangible painting is a concept where it can be incorporated in many things, because in these days we use this concept in Rangoli. We used it on a design the trays out of this concept. So this can be done in the, various themes.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
what I meant is suppose I have a very good artist who's a friend and then they are giving me a painting. So will I be able to transform it into a tanjore painting or it depends on the material and everything?
Sorry, can you repeat your question?
No. Suppose if somebody is giving a painter is gifting me a good thing, it's of a mountain or a god or something. So can I do on top of it a tanjore painting? No.
Oh, okay. So you are telling me on the existing painting whether one can do a chalk painting. So this is basically can be done only after doing the relief work. That's a lot more ideal to do after doing the relief work, because the relief work has a watery consistency. But if you are doing it on already existing painting, then the existing painting is likely to get damaged. So you have to be really careful while working on the relief work over it. Yeah.
If I do the same thing on a fresh piece of plywood or whatever you say, a fresh painting I do, then I know all the restrictions and accordingly I can do it on top.
Yes, in the fresh painting that you can take your own concepts and you can incorporate your own designs and you can apply those themes.
You must have a very firm and a neat hand. That's what
Yes, for this patience is lot more patience is required for this painting, because it involves a lot of detailing and lot of different types of work. So end of the painting, we highlight these florals with the help of a pilot pen so that the carvings are seen even from very far. So that's my video, guys. So I hope you enjoyed.
Okay.
So,
How do we get these materials, Lakshmi?
see,
Where
all
and how do you
these.
get it?
Yeah, there are famous galleries in Chennai where you get the entire stock from one particular shop. There are wholesalers as well as retailers. The wholesalers generally charges a less priced, and the quality is a little better when you buy from a gallery. And so, right from the boards to the stones and everything, whatever you need, anything related to the painting, you get it from the one single shop. So just like it has become like how you paint, buy a material for an oil painting, it has become like that these days. So the product you can get it anywhere in South India, but of course it is not available in Bombay,
As yet?
Mumbai yet. And but these shops have online options where you can order the materials in online and you can get it couriered.
Okay, we want to customize
Sorry?
painting. Do you do that? Suppose if I don't want to do it, I want to customize a particular thing and give it to you. Will you do that for me?
Yes, of course. This is the right screenshot for that. And this painting, this concept can be incorporated in various gods and themes. In fact, I personally have worked in a Zoroastrian painting and worked on a Jesus Christ, and I worked on jewelry boxes. And so this painting you can really keep reinventing in different ways. And these days you can even make this of highlight this kumbuchumar, the wooden kumbuchumar, out of these Tanjore painting concepts. So these are the variety of painting where you can incorporate this concept.
We saw the Zoroastrian. Do you have the Jesus with you close by? You can show, or it's not with you now?
Jesus picture I don't have right now handy, but the Zoroastrian is something which I have done for one of my client. It's about a Persian god Farohar.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
What is the difference between chalk powder and French chalk?
French chalk powder is little hard in consistency, where it dries up faster and it is gives a very hard base, whereas a chalk powder gives a very soft finish. So when you combine both of them, it becomes a lot more easier to mold the relief work into the desired consistency you want. So you can actually manage the look of the relief work when you mix it in the right proportion. So now I would like to show my last pointer in this session. Yeah, tell me.
Is acrylic paint same as the colors?
Yes, for
Or, I mean, can acrylic paint? Yeah.
yeah, if you're using an acrylic painting,
Yeah,
the
sorry, go
same
ahead.
concept can be used on an oil painting board, so that you get this very perfect. Because I have done the same concept on oil painting board as well, but I have changed the medium of two colors. I have used oil paintings and acrylic colors because if you use acrylic color in this board, it gives a very faded look. So you will not be able to get the desired color shades. So hence I would advise if you're using acrylic or oil paint, I would request you to change the. Now moving to the last pointer on my
Change it to, like, basically mix both, or you use only oil paint?
Usually, if you're giving an oil painting, I would advise you to give a basic coat in acrylic and then give shading with the oil painting, so that the shading that you drop will get really highlighted, so that you don't have to keep working on the painting again and again to achieve the results. So you can achieve the results faster.
Okay.
Yeah. Moving to
I have a question too.
Yeah, please tell me.
Ask Miss Lakshmi. Yeah, you said we use chalk powder 2 portions, when French chalk powder 1 portion, and Arabic gum half, right?
Correct.
The Arabic gum is enough to make that paste, or do we add anything else to that?
Yeah, once
That
you
half
mix
portion
them,
is enough to make the paste?
see, that's why I've showed you how the paste looks like. So you can add more water to it to attain that consistency. Until you attain that consistency, you can
Okay.
keep adding water. But the water,
Okay.
adding water should be less when you're using the floral designs.
Okay. No Fevicol is added here, right?
No, we don't use Fevicol for these chalk powders. Then it becomes very difficult to mold these. So
Okay.
now,
Thank you
coming
so
to,
much.
sorry. Shall I move on to the next one? And this is another question which has been frequently asked by me: why the painting is so differently, and what are the different types of oils that are used? So basically, in today's market, you get artificial as well as real gold. So based on your cost, you really buy the right product. And the types of oils that you get these days are Varak and 22 gold for carat gold foil. Of gold foils where it is pasted directly on the chalk work, and it involves a lot of wastages as well. Hence, the painting made out of
Hello.
Voice is breaking.
Yeah, Lakshmi, hello. The volume gets a bit patchy at times, Lakshmi.
We can't hear you. Can you repeat this part, please, Lakshmi?
types of gold foils that
Not
are
audible.
used in this painting.
Yes.
You're breaking, Lakshmi.
Varak and 22 karat gold foil and synthetic foils. And these Varak foils are a thin filament which is used on relief work. And this involves a lot of labor work, and involves a lot of wastages also. And since this has got a good malleability, this gives a very good finish on a relief work. Hence, the paintings made out of Varak foils are generally charged premium. And next comes the 22 karat gold foil, where this is extensively used these days. In this foil, you can attain your, you can results are much faster, and it's a lot more easier to use. And in a synthetic foils, the concept of the painting is done the exact way like how you do a proper Tanja painting, but only in the place where you use a gold foil, you use a synthetic foil to cut down your prices. And that's the reason you see a different ranges in the price structure of your Tanjore painting.
Is it easy for us to identify which is what?
Yeah, I can tell you to some extent. The synthetic foils comes with the sharp edges where the corners are not really even. Whereas in 22 karat gold foil, the corners will be little uneven. So this way you can really make out which is the original foil and which is an artificial one. So any more question, guys? I hope you enjoyed my sessions. So for any doubts, you can reach me in this number, and that's my Facebook page called Art by Ella. So you can follow me for further updates on workshops and exhibitions. Any more questions?
I missed a little portion.
Hello,
Hello.
I have a question. Hello.
Yeah, please tell me.
What thickness of plywood we should take, and I want which color we should use.
What should be the base color?
Huh? Base color.
Base color is your individual choice, color choices. And the thickness of the plywood, the more thicker it is better, because when you're working on a watery chalk work, they usually the
1 inch, 1 inch,
uh,
1 inch thickness is okay.
1 inch is better, because when otherwise it's
And acrylic color is okay.
as
Okay,
I told,
acrylic color is okay.
acrylic color is better on a oil painting board, because when you're using an acrylic color
Okay.
on this plywood, it is likely to give a faded look.
Then which color I should use? Oil painting?
In an oil painting board, you can use an acrylic color with the same concept. You can use the relief work, and then you can give the painting. And if you're using a plywood, then I would advise you to go for a poster colors.
Poster color.
Poster
Okay,
colors,
okay.
yes.
Then where I'll get it in Chennai? Where I get in
You
Chennai?
get it here also in the local shops. And
This
only the
golden
other
oil, all the materials.
you get it from Chennai.
Which shop? Can you name the?
Yes, in Chennai there are shops like Ovium. Then there is Gurubaran. It's a wholesaler shop, so that's why they are less price compared to the shops. And there is Tarang Arts and Ovium. I would really recommend.
Okay.
Ovium and Ethiraj Art Gallery, I would strongly recommend.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
See, you, excuse me, you said about the gold foil brand. What is the brand you said? That wasn't.
See, the gold foils, when you're working, if you're going to do the painting for the first time, then I would recommend you to buy a 22 karat gold foil, because it's a lot more friendly to use it. And the Varak kind of foil is, you need a lot of experienced hand to work on a Varak kind of a foil. So I would recommend you to go for a 22 karat gold foils.
Voice is not continuous. Varag, V-A-R-A-G or
Varak.
V-A-R-A-K-H.
It's
Okay.
an Arabic name given to the gold filament. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There are individual.
I missed the portion of what is the difference between. Sorry, if you could just repeat that portion, that would be nice. The
Sorry.
different, like Barak foil, gold foil, and the different types of foil. Yeah.
The different of that is a synthetic foil, 22 karat foils, and Varak foils. So synthetic foils, you can probably use it for the types of rangoli or decorating your trays and decorating your jewelry boxes, where you don't really waste much on design, but it gives the end result of the same of a Tanjore painting. This 24 karat painting, you can use it for the proper painting where you're going to hang it on a wall. So, this Varak for kind of a foil, it is better once your hand is experienced, then you can go for a Varak kind of a foil. Because it will be a lot more delicate to handle. Even while working on it, you have to tie a cloth and wear it, because even while you breathe, that foils is likely to get crumpled.
So it's recommended to work with synthetic foil.
So for a simple ones like trays and things like that. And
Okay.
For a proper painting like this, you can go on a 22 karat gold foils.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice to know.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Thank you.
The plywood. Hello.
Yeah, carry on.
Before doing it, apply some varnish or anything before doing it.
The plywood.
Yeah.
In the plywood, it's already processed, because the board is actually will be ready to use when you buy them ready-made, just like an oil painting board. It's ready to use. So you don't have
get
to
in the
do
same
anything
shop.
to
Okay.
start. You can directly begin with
So
the
they will
painting
come.
and work on the painting.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of like, so for example, when you're drawing the drawing, right? Is there a specific symmetry quotient over there? Like for example, if you're placing like the Gajalakshmi behind you, has to be in, you know, in the Ganesha, there has to be a specific symmetrical measure from the left
Yes.
hand side and the right. Does one, like if you're an untrained artist, like you're used to doing different kinds of paintings, for example, but if you're an untrained artist, I mean, untrained a person who's trying this, then do you have to take measurements into consideration while you're drawing these kind of, when you're trying this out?
Yes, I would always advise, I mean, it's better to go with the measurements so that you don't go wrong while you, because sometimes your eyes can play, you can, while working itself, you wouldn't come to know until you arrive at one particular stage, you wouldn't know where you really went wrong. So it's better to work right from the, by taking a measurement. So it has to be symmetrical, where some paintings will not be symmetrical, where one portion of the god will be seen like in an angular position. So it don't have to be symmetrical. It depends on the trees that you're working on.
Right.
Yeah. But if you're beginning from with the trays, then you won't go wrong anyway, because whatever is there on the trays, that's what you're going to work on. So it's nothing going to be new, or it's not going to turn out anything new, actually.
Right.
So for a beginner, what do you think should be the photograph for a beginner?
For beginners, ideally it is Ganpati to start with. Yeah, it's ideally Ganpati will be very ideal to start with. Lakshmi and Balaji will require an experienced hand, because the entire body of the Lakshmi and the Balaji will be raised. So it requires an experienced hand to work on a Lakshmi or a Balaji picture.
A jewel box is not easier to do it than Ganpati?
Yes, a gel box with a lot of people, they do the jewelry pattern, a Sangha Chakram pattern, where the conch and this chakra of Vishnu is drawn, and where you can even give a swan pattern to the jewelry box. And those patterns are really ideal for a jewelry box, where you can read.
No, yeah, it is ideal for, I'm talking about a beginner to start with. Suppose if I want to join afresh, I wouldn't like to get into this intricacy of these Ganpatis, jewelry and all. So isn't the jewelry box, it's a little plain and there is just one sort of a motive in the center. So isn't that easier for beginner than
Yeah, very much. Yes, jewelry box is a lot more easier to work with. And these days, even the jewelry boxes, you get it ready-made for working. And even this jewelry boxes, you get it from a Tangent Painting Gallery, where you can purchase the jewelry box and you can really paint and work on the relief work like how you're doing it on a painting.
Okay.
And it's made of a MDF wood, actually.
What is MDF?
Yeah.
Lakshmi, these semi-precious stones, gold foils, and the other material in South India, but the other things like Arabic gum and chalk powder and the poster color, these can be available in the local market here.
Yeah, poster colors are available here. And only the Kundan stones and the semi-precious stones like Jaipur stones, you have to purchase it from from Chennai, actually. I would recommend from Chennai.
What about the plywood?
Even the plywood, it's because it's not a plywood, there's a simple plywood, it's a processed one where they stick the layer of a plywood with the muslin cloth and they layer it with the chalk powder for us to work on a painting with. So it's not just a plywood, there is a process done over the wood, actually.
And another question, Lakshmi, is Tanjore paintings are slightly higher priced compared to other paintings. So you think this is a deterrent to pursue as a hobby, or because of the gold foil and because it's a more lifelong possession? I mean, you can pass on to generations. How do you justify the price which is more or on the expensive side?
Yeah. So Indians, as a practice, we are used to giving all gold ornaments to the god and goddesses. And this painting is allowing us to do the gold work directly on the god and goddesses. So at least that is a very valid thing. So instead of giving it to a priest and making them do it, so we are doing it, getting it to do it ourselves. So which is little auspicious in a way, and little more decorative because there's a lot of advantages. So I look at this painting like an ornament to my house rather than just a painting, because this is quite unique. It's, I call it as a jewel of my house.
If you're joining as a new student with you, will you,
Yeah.
on payment of course, you'll be able to provide all these plywoods and the colors and all? Or we
Yes,
have to bring in it?
yes, those people who come here for my workshops, I start my workshop and I give them the entire materials, and they'll be working on the same concept. How I showed you on the video, I'll be working on the same concepts here, and it will take about 7 to 10 days time to complete a painting.
No, that I understood. I said, will
Yeah.
you give us the materials?
Yes, all the materials will be given by me. Yeah.
See, one question. You talked about the relief works. The relief works, raising and all that. It depends, or because it is an should be the thickness when you are using that relief works for the plywood.
Yes. The relief work is, as I told you, if it is in semi-embossed tiles, we raise it maximum. And if it is a flat design, we restrict to the height of the relief work. And depending on the concept that we are working on, we emboss it according to the painting and according to the, ornament pattern or whatever we see in the reference. Based on that, we increase the height.
Yeah, I think this is a very, very unique form of art which is not commonly heard of, at least in Mumbai. And it would be really an amazing experience to learn and actually, complete this project, this art. Yeah, and
Very much.
Thank you very presentation.
Yeah.
Lakshmi, can I just take
Everyone.
two questions from the chat? There is one question which says, can we track and do them? Sorry, can we trace and do them on coasters or little bigger MDF board? I think they are referring to the drawings.
Yes, on a MDF, you can, on the coasters, it is possible to do it. In fact, these days, many people do the Tanjore painting on a coasters and then hang it like a pendant. So do we even have the design that could use silver foil? Yes, we do get silver foil similar to gold foils as well. And the next question is, do we even have a design that could use silver? I think I've addressed that. If we don't have poster colors, which colors can we use? See, poster colors are, are commonly used colors here, and it's readily available. And I think that is the right colors to go for a Tanjore painting board. And if you don't get a board, then you can go work on an oil painting. The same concept can be incorporated in an oil painting board, and you can use an acrylic color on an oil painting. So I think I've addressed to all the questions. Yeah.
More questions, viewers?
It will be on our Facebook, no? Mala, it will be on our Facebook and YouTube, right? Yes. And our FAS page.
I'll just announce as I tell my thank you.
Sure.
Shall we go to the thanks?
Yep. It's a lot.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi, for consenting to be a guest on this show. You are one among the few chosen ones to possess this artistic ability to produce Tanjore style painting masterpieces. It is commendable that you are not only keeping this traditional art form alive through your paintings, but also ensuring this ancient art form is passed on to a larger audience. Owning a Tanjore painting is a prized possession, and creating what we own is what we look forward to now. Fine Arts Society thanks all the viewers for your support and to your feedback and suggestions. Our next session is on 24th December at 5:30 p.m. Our guest will be Sunanda Satish Kumar, and she will be showing us how to do rangoli, how to do liquid embroidery on garments, and how to do our own personalized nameplates. So do join us for that session. And please contact us if you would like to be featured on this show. Fine Arts Society is now on Facebook. Please like our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/fineartschambur. Our this evening session will also be available for viewing in our YouTube channel, The Fine Arts Society, Chambur. Thank you once again to all the viewers. Have a lovely evening and take care.